Many people might suggest, of course, we live in rather indelicate times, as you can imagine, chums. And the bigger problem that you have now is, where does it stand with the British royal family? You see, when you look at it from years ago, for instance, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth, well, really she was able to step back, not necessarily get involved in anything, other than, of course, be the reigning monarch. And this really gave her a wonderful privilege, because consequently she didn't have to get into any battles. Times are a-changing, though, as you can understand, and each and every day many people fear that our personal freedoms, our freedom of speech, and also exactly how we want to express ourselves, our patriotism for our country, is now desperately under threat. And many people are now looking to His Majesty the King to change that. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums, good to see you today, and thank you for joining me on yet another train journey. And as many people know who watch this show on a regular basis, this is filmed up and down the United Kingdom, where and when we have, or should I say I, have a spare moment to share what's going on in the world with you. Busy time, as you can imagine, politic-wise, and it just doesn't get any slower. What's interesting, though, and this is really a recap on something we discussed a couple of days ago now, regarding the removal overnight of the British flags that is up and down the United Kingdom. And you know, as I mentioned, what's interesting here is the councils. It's fascinating the way that they spend your money. We haven't had a wave, Bobby. Nice to see you, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. This is how we roll here on this channel. Don't worry, you'll soon get used to us. All of the chums understand. You'll explain, won't you? But on a serious note, this is really the situation we're in. The local councils are forever bleating the fact that they don't have any spare cash, they don't know how to look after things, and the bottom line is, where do we go from here? Now, overnight it's been revealed that it's not just one council, but many councils indeed paying people, council workers, £25 an hour to remove the British flag, the St George's flag, various others. However, not too quick to remove, for instance, Palestine, or indeed another, sort of particular flag that isn't necessarily entwined with the great British way of life. You get the picture. Now, many people, even though you can understand the problem that we have right now with the royal family, engulfed in yet another royal scandal, and many suggest brought on seriously by their own, with Prince Andrew and the now defunct title holder of Sarah Ferguson, well, does His Majesty the King have time? As I told you recently, he has his own health issues that are still ongoing, weekly treatments for his cancer. And as I said at the start of the video, what's interesting here is this truly would never have happened, for instance, during his mother's reign, simply because people didn't bring those particular problems to her. But these are different times, and now there's a groundswell of an opinion on a regular basis now of exactly what are the royal family doing, for instance, to protect the British way of life. Remember, it's their flag too. And where this gets interesting is there is now a series of letters going to Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, wanting His Majesty the King to step in, particularly with the way that this government is performing. Moving forward, we have another issue, of course, because you have the issue of can they, will they, should they be allowed to get political? This has never really gone on before. But as the Prince of Wales, of course, King Charles has often been said to be sticking, well, certain periods of his opinions in left, right and centre. This time around, many are suggesting we now need the monarchy to take a grip of what's going on over here in the United Kingdom. It's all very well, isn't it, having the monarchy, as many people say, and often write to me here on the comments, but what are they actually doing for the British people? And the removal of flags overnight, even when the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, claims that it's our flag, it's all inclusive, and anybody should be allowed to fly the flag wherever they wish in the United Kingdom. Well, clearly this is not the case. It's the Labour Council-run areas that are removing the flags on a regular basis. Moving forward, where does this leave His Majesty the King? Should he step in? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as ever, please be kind and polite. Neil Sean on a moving train in the very heart of the United Kingdom.